Are you exercising?
What? I'm not eating. I don't have any strength to exercise. All right, let's do the news. Come on, let's stay on target here.
Well, thanks to whatever was going on today, I also don't have my news tape.
That's good. And I don't have my tape, so you can be... So nothing got accomplished today. Great. I bet you had some good stuff, too.
Oh, sure, always. You know, we had the presidential candidates going at it and all that stuff. But we'll just plod along.
Isn't there another engineer that can work on this stuff?
I had some Paul McCartney tape.
Can we have one to, like, train one of the interns to cut tape? Or is that, like, against union regulations?
I don't know what the regulations are.
Well, we have one engineer. And
I know that Scott has a guy who sits back there and looks at him while he loses his mind. But
I know.
What does that intern do for Scott?
Nothing.
He looks at him. He smokes with him and looks at him.
I know.
So I don't know.
What is that?
So funny you mentioned this.
Yeah.
I told Scott, Kathy and I pretty much told Scott.
I needed a bit done this morning that I was going to play for you. That isn't done. So he took the whole morning doing that. And plus we didn't get news tape because he's tied up with that. In your newsroom, we should be allowed to have 2 decks and some splicing tape and be able to at least make some carts.
What you need is a cart machine, yeah.
Just roll it off.
You don't even need a splicing deck. You just need a reel-to-reel and a cart machine.
Yeah.
Kathy and I have discussed that this is probably Scott's last semester with an intern. Because every intern that comes in here eventually pulls me over to the side and complains that they don't do anything.
Yeah, because he doesn't know how to use people.
So I said, you got to teach these guys how to do stuff. So sometimes I'll go in and I'll say, hey, I need dubs made. And he'll go, well, then I got to oversee them, and
yeah, right.
And
so then a hassle, yeah.
And they all sit there and they stare at Scott, and
I bet you they can make news cards. I don't think you have to be a genius to do that.
No, that's just relatively easy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Hit a record button.
Yeah.
I mean, any idiot can do it. Shut up. Ever since that Brown Fingers video, he's a TV star. Anyway, yeah, so you were saying. So, okay, we'll make it good.
Yeah, we'll just go on with that. There are 10 caucuses and primaries going on around the country today. It's called Junior Tuesday. It's the biggest day so far for the Republican candidates running for president. And they think that Dole is ahead in most of these situations, and it's do-or-die time for a lot of the lesser candidates. They think that if Pat Buchanan doesn't have a good showing today in some of the southern states like Georgia, that he might start thinking of getting out, even though he says he's going to fight on. Lamar Alexander has already announced that he's not so much concerned about today, but next week in Florida, if he doesn't win the Florida primary, he's out.
I don't think he's gonna.
And he says if that happens, he figures that Bob Dole is going to be the party's nominee. Steve Forbes says he'll fight on anyway. He's expecting to have a good showing in Connecticut, and he's hoping to do very well on Thursday in New York. So the candidates are picking and choosing their parts of the country now, but Bob Dole seems to now be the clear-cut front runner. Over 200 delegates at stake today, and they think most of them will be in Bob Dole's pocket by the end of the evening. So that's the way the election is going.
So if he becomes president, he owes a lot to New York. Because
he owes a lot to New York, yes.
I mean, what? Because that would really set his campaign. That would seal it.
Yeah. In fact, down in Georgia, Newt Gingrich has already made it known that his write-in vote was cast for Bob Dole. So he's Dole man.
He's a Dole man. He's a Dole man. Dun, 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 dun. So, which pocket? You say that Dole claims that all these delegates are in his pocket? Which pocket? If it's in his right-hand pocket, he won't be able to get to them because his pen is in his hand. Right?
That's right. He'll have to put it in the other pocket.
I see. Let me take a break here. We'll come back and we'll...
maybe I can find some tape.
Oh, good luck. How are you going to do that?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing back there. I haven't seen him for a long time. And I gave him the tapes very, very early, so...
Doesn't matter. You're not going to have any tape.
I know.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
We'll return to the Howard Stern Show after these messages. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
is in the news, Robin?
I think Scott is going to get me some tape, so I'll hold off on some story.
Thank you, Robin.
Until that tape appears.
Don't count on it, okay?
I'm not counting heavily, but I did see him working on it. Bob Guccione Jr. has said that he's drawing a line in the sand on these sexual harassment cases. He's not going to cave in. He's been slapped with one and says because he refused to settle $100,000 on the woman making the complaint, they did take him to court, and he says that's okay. These things are not going to stop until people start fighting back.
Right. So it's probably going to cost him a fortune to fight it.
Well, he says the woman would have settled for $100,000, and he's already paid out $300,000 in legal fees. Bob Guccione Jr., of course, the founder and publishing editor of Spin magazine.
Oh, Junior.
Junior, not senior, Junior.
I can't imagine Junior was inappropriate.
Well, Junior says he wasn't, and he was actually removed as a defendant in the case, even though Spin magazine still has to go to court with this woman. This employee, Stacy Bonner, started at Spin as an intern and was promoted twice in 3 years before she quit in 1993 because her boyfriend was moving to Atlanta. They say in this Page 6 article that it didn't occur to her to sue for sexual harassment and discrimination until about a year and a half after the statute of limitations had already expired. She never complained while she was at Spin. A year and a half later, she claimed she'd been paid less because she was a woman. In fact, the man who replaced her was paid less than her, according to Guccione. They also say that in the suit that there were, lots of sexual innuendo and that kind of thing going on around the office made it harder for a woman to work there.
There's sexual innuendo in every office because that's how men and women relate to each other.
But the most damaging thing she could pinpoint in her complaint was that once Guccione called her into a room where 2 or 3 other men were and asked her which one she'd like to have children with.
Yeah.
He said that never even happened.
That's real sexual harassment.
Even while she was working there, they had a number of women in executive positions, and now he says he looks around his boardroom at meetings, and he sees 13 women and 4 men. He thinks men are becoming an endangered species.
Yeah, well, listen. There are, not to poo-poo this, because there are
legitimate cases, and that's exactly what he's saying, that this crying wolf is threatening the legitimate cases that are out there. I don't know this woman. I don't know this case. I'm simply telling you Bob Guccione's take on the whole thing.
Where'd he get $300,000 for lawyers?
Well, I told you he was thinking of helping his father out a little while ago and buying a magazine from him. So apparently he's doing all right.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Bob Guccione Jr. sexually harassed me. I went to dinner with him one time. It was a real mistake.
Sexual harassment?
Well, I had to sit there while he had sex with his little girlfriend there.
They were making out.
They were making out at the table.
They didn't have full-blown sex.
I think that's sexual harassment. I know my wife and I were very uncomfortable. We would have liked to have been making out.
They weren't stopping you, I don't think.
His girl du jour.
Yeah, he doesn't even know who that girl was anymore. Probably didn't remember.
Hot little hippie chick.
Which one it was.
Yeah, and the two of them couldn't keep their hands off each other. And boy, he is not physically impressive. Anyway.
The sort of blacklisting of the Dream Team is continuing. O.J. Simpson's lawyer Robert Shapiro was escorted out of the private Caribou Club in Aspen on Saturday night in front of the likes of Steve Martin, Ivan Reitman, and Don Johnson.
Good. Really, man.
By order of the owner.
Because they don't dig him.
Harley Baldwin has declared war on all these people. She's not going to be entertaining any of them. She says Robert Kardashian got away with murder and actually, I guess, had lunch there or something a week before, but only because he left before she found out. She would have thrown him out, too. She did say that Robert Shapiro was a gentleman, and when he was asked to leave, he just left.
Ivan's having a pretty exciting time in Aspen.
Yeah, look at all the stuff that's going on.
First he's attacked by Rosie O'Donnell for making my movie, and then he goes into a club, and they throw out Robert Shapiro. Ivan used to have a real quiet life before he got involved with me.
All of a sudden, he's all over the news.
Yeah. And it's just beginning.
He doesn't know what he's in for.
He doesn't. I told him that.
Look out. In Israel, they're trying to decide exactly how to deal with these terrorists. They've already started to take some steps. I think they went into some of these neighborhoods and started sealing up the homes of alleged terrorists and their families today. They also say that the Palestinians say they arrested the mastermind behind at least 3 of the bombing attacks that have gone on in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And the leaders in Israel say they've got to get tough. They're going to start rooting out these terrorists wherever they are. They don't care where they are. They feel that they are under siege. They are at war with these people. They are not going to continue to sit by and let these bombing attacks continue. And they have given their security forces unlimited power to go and deal with this. They had a big private or secret cabinet meeting yesterday, closed cabinet meeting, and they decided this is it. We've got to stop this where it sits because we're losing too many people and this is too much too soon. And it's going to threaten this whole peace process, so they've got to nip it in the bud.
It's going to kill tourism, too, which is a major part of their economy.
So far it hasn't.
Yeah.
And it amazes me, but I even heard like a busload of children from New Jersey were sent over to Israel yesterday.
Really?
Even while this was all going on, people are still going so far.
Man, people got balls.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely they do. And they think this Hamas group is either being backed by Iran or Syria. They're taking a good look at that. The President of the United States has vowed to help. He's outraged at all of this stuff. So maybe we'll see some action pretty soon and see some terrorists hauled off to jail.
I'd like to see some action pretty soon, but in my bedroom.
Oh, I see. Not the same kind of action.
Right, different action.
But it's been pretty wild over in Israel in the last couple of weeks. The 3 remaining... Scott, anytime you get any tape, you could certainly just rush it right in here.
I told you not to worry about it. It's never happening. I have to smoke.
There's going to be some changes around here. I'm going to... I have a plan.
You do?
Well, yeah. On mornings like this where he has multiple things to do, there's got to be...
Something.
It's going to be a backup or somebody doing other things.
Yeah.
I mean, the only news we do on this stupid whole station is this. You think, you know...
I could have my tape.
Yeah, right. I mean, you are the news department, and this is the goofiest setup. We have, like, news, but it's not real news, because like, we don't have a whole bunch of news people running around.
No, gathering anything.
Right. And if we're making the effort to pull tape, might as well have it.
Yeah. Reports of Katharine Hepburn's demise are greatly exaggerated, they say.
You know, like George Burns, Cindy Adams had him dead.
Had him dead,
yeah.
Yes. They say that she's not as bad off as people were saying in the newspaper the other day. She had a little problem with some pneumonia, but she's okay and resting at home. So don't look for her to be on the list right behind Minnie Pearl. Minnie Pearl died yesterday.
I thought she was dead already.
No.
I'm being serious. I really did.
No, she had a bunch of strokes and stuff, so you hadn't seen her around in a while.
Why? Last week I saw her jogging. I was jogging with Minnie Pearl.
No, you weren't.
She had all these like weird price tags hanging off her jogging suit.
Yeah, she was the woman who used to appear in the gingham dress with the price tag hanging off her hat.
Will her casket have a price tag on it? That was her thing. She said price tag.
They say she was actually a Southern blue blood who met a woman one day with 16 kids, and that's who she fashioned that Minnie Pearl character after.
Now she's a Southern no blood.
Minnie Pearl actually wanted to be Katharine Hepburn. She wanted to be a serious dramatic actress.
Well, I can see why she wants to be Katharine Hepburn. She's still alive, but barely.
She wants to be her now.
Yeah. Tell her to shake her head. She can be Katharine Hepburn.
She never quite got to do that.
Right. Let me take
Wait a minute. No, now tape is coming in.
Oh, whoa. Oh, we're going to be here all night.
Well, no, we can't use most of it. I've already done the story.
Good.
So anyway, here is Minnie Pearl. First, do her howdy. This is her trademark. Do you have that?
Yeah,
there?
I got it.
Everybody knows who we're talking about, this country comedian.
This is sheer comedy brilliance. When you hear this howdy, you can't help but laugh.
You're going to fall over.
You're going to fall over. Oh, what a genius. What a genius. Shut up, Jackie.
And here is Minnie talking about why she thinks she had such longevity with that character.
Yeah, I doubt whether she really had longevity. Did anybody care about that character?
She was very popular at the Grand Ole Opry. So
really?
This is an area of life we know nothing about. She apparently did very well with her.
You're calling it the retarded Opry.
I believe that's probably the reason that the old girl has lasted, is because she brings a forgotten era to the public now, you know. People can listen to her and go back in time, and she
talks about herself in the third person, her character.
Trying to switch, and everybody has a good time. And then goes to square dances and sings at the church social and wonders if a fella's going to kiss her in the moonlight on the way home. It's a great place to live.
Shut up!
And here's Minnie talking about the ambition she never got to realize.
Yeah, I wanted to invent a cure for AIDS. Really, I did. Really.
When I first started out as Minnie Pearl, see, I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be a serious, dramatic actress. Like
Nancy Martling.
The calla lilies are in bloom again. I just knew I someday would be an actress. But the Lord never intended for me to be an actress. The Lord intended for me to be a comic.
Yeah, the Lord thought your career out. Yeah, I want you to put on a weird hat with price tags.
He looked down at her and said, I know where she belongs.
Right next to Rosie O'Donnell on the show business ladder.
Minnie Pearl, 50 years as a country comedian, now dead at the age of 83.
I got another Minnie Pearl tape if you want to hear it. Yeah.
What else did she have to say?
This is where she talks about Ivan Reitman being her favorite director.
I'm known by that, and it gives me a sort of a...
this is about the howdy.
Oh. Howdy?
Yeah.
See, Jackie?
Howdy?
That's what you need, Jackie. You need why don't you take up howdy?
Well, I can have it now.
Yeah. Howdy?
Howdy?
A bridge across two other people makes them feel relaxed and happy, and just sort of breaks the ice.
All right, let me take a break and...
Yes, because we all have to get over the fact that we just found out Minnie Pearl is dead.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with The Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Freddie, maybe it's time to get with Scott and Ralph and come up with a couple of new musical beds, and I thought that was going on. You know? Get Fa-Fa-Fooey involved. But where were we in the news, Rob?
Well, I was about to tell you about Paul McCartney and the other Beatles. They have decided to turn down a $225 million offer to tour.
And you don't believe that, do you?
To support their anthology albums that have been released recently.
It's a PR thing, you know.
Why would they need it?
No, $225 million. I think George Harrison and Ringo could use it.
No. Why would they just need publicity?
They have an anthology album out that isn't selling all that well.
I see.
Yeah, it's a way of keeping them in the news without touring. Hey, they turned down $225 million? They must be important. Nobody offered them $225 million. For what, like 17 dates?
They said a number of promoters.
Yeah.
Had put together this package and offered it to him. Here's Paul McCartney.
Prove it to me. Name one, right. Give me the name of one of them. Bob Meyerowitz.
Mo.
The money is just ridiculous, you know, it's like scandalous. So, you know, from the pure money point of view, obviously, you know, most people would just do it. But to me, this moment, the three of us on our own...
No, I'd rather put out veggie burgers with me wife.
...isn't as exciting as the four of us.
Yeah, bull.
And then he says...
this is a lie.
This is the answer to that question. Well, why not have somebody replace John Lennon?
Right. Oh, you can't do that. The guy Paul hated.
Yeah.
people will say, well, wouldn't you get Julian or maybe get Sean to sort of help us? It's still not the same. I mean, the Beatles was the Beatles. The minute you got 2 of them or 3 of them, it's not the Beatles.
Should I put that on a poster?
The Beatles was the Beatles.
Because the 4 is the 4, and that was always the deal, and it still is for me.
I got a feeling Paul's the one who wants to do it, and the other 2 won't do it at gunpoint because maybe as much money as they need. They just don't want to be around Paul and his wife.
Not enough money.
Yeah.
Not enough money for that. Huh?
And some of them say, why not put like Julian or Sean? I say put me Linda up on there and let her bang the tambourine and pretend to play the piano.
She's as good a musician as John is now.
Yeah, pretty much. Get about the same pop for your money with her. Well, yeah, go ahead. I don't believe any of that.
All right. Well, you probably have a point. I just never thought of it.
$27 million.
I figure somebody would do that.
Yeah. Show me how.
I'm reading in the paper today that William Shatner's out and around and doing his thing, and he was at some kind of, they always have these Star Trek conventions, but this one cracked me up because it actually has a name. It's called Trek-O-Rama.
Yeah. I got to get over there. I can't believe people are still, like, dressing up in Star Trek outfits waiting for William Shatner to show up.
Yeah.
Like, we've met Bill Shatner a couple of times. It was pretty cool, but I don't know that I'd stand at a convention waiting for him.
These rabid people who get dressed up and speak Klingon and all that stuff.
Those are the scary guys who actually have learned Klingon.
Yeah.
They had some guy write a book and invent a whole language. There was no Klingon language. And people study it. Imagine that.
And then they get off that they can communicate with each other that way.
Those are definitely nerds.
Well, if you're at Trek-O-Rama, you are a nerd.
Trek-O-Loser. Loser-O-Rama. We got to get our camera down there.
Losers are. I think it already happened. We just got to look for this next year. When Trek-O-Rama comes around, we'd better be there.
I heard somebody offered $225 million to William Shatner to tour the country.
In Trek-O-Rama?
No, in Trek-O-Retard. She's going to sing I Want to Hold Your Wallet. Oh, yeah, I tell you something. I want to hold your wallet. She's going to do it in Klingon. Click, click, look, look inside. Wallet. What else is in the news?
Bryant Gumbel, his contract is
almost
up.
Yeah, he'll do what I did. Something stupid and sign up for 5 more years.
No, didn't he announce last year when he signed that contract that this was his last year?
Yeah, I did that 5 years ago. He should be a Trek-O-Retard. Trek-O-Rama.
No, they're now saying, NBC is now saying his job is up for grabs, and they're trying to consider who will replace Bryant.
I told you my vote. I think it should be Bob Costas.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know that his name has come up.
I just think he'd be really good at it. And what does he do? He makes a lot of money for doing nothing.
He does the sport.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't watch sports.
I don't either, so I hardly ever get to see him. But they're saying that Matt Lauer is in the running. He's the guy who is...
Matt's a nice guy, but it's
the
pretty...
newsreader on the show.
It's hard to believe because we knew Matt years ago because he was working at Channel 5.
Right.
Even before they were Fox. What was he doing there again?
He did a talk show. He was like in a Regis and Kathy Lee thing with Jill Rappaport. They did this...
We met him and he was like kissing up to us like, what can you do for me?
We used him as a prop.
We used him as a prop in our Fox pilots. He's the guy in there. We ought to drag that piece of tape out.
Such a funny piece.
And not only did we do that, but then we run into Matt because he was really down on his luck because he
wasn't anywhere.
He was over at HBO being the movie guy. Like he would just like announce
those little inserts.
Yeah.
Coming up on HBO.
And then someone figured out, hey, he's a good-looking guy, make him a newsman. I don't know why they don't go to a lot of these acting schools and just get good-looking guys to be newsmen.
I thought that's what they did.
That's what I did, too. Like, everyone's carrying on Chuck Scarborough's a moron. He donated money to the Republican Party. What do you expect? He's a good-looking guy.
I always say those are frustrated actors who were men, they were able to read.
Yeah. They had like 800 meetings over at NBC trying to figure out what to do about Chuck Scarborough's credibility.
And not only that, there are editorials in the paper.
Yeah. Guy's a moron. So what? Who didn't know that? Guy gets married all the time. He's good-looking. I mean, he's not a bright guy. He knows it. I've talked to Chuck about it. He even says I'm not a bright guy.
When did he say that?
He told us when he was on the show, didn't he?
No,
I'm talking about during the commercials.
Writing books about earthquakes, trying to prove to somebody he's got a brain.
He wrote a book about earthquakes in New York. There hasn't been an earthquake, and he predicted in the next year or two there was going to be a giant earthquake and swallow New York.
Nobody knows, Howard. There are fault lines in New York.
Chuck Scarborough finally figured out how to do something on his own, write a book, and it's about a totally ridiculous premise. Earthquakes in New York. He lost the debate to Antonio Banderas. I know. I'll write a book about earthquakes in New York. Something nobody cares about or believes. Okay.
He's trying to convince the rest of the world that New York is in as big a trouble as Los Angeles.
I'm blonde, but I'm smart. Anything else in the news, Robin?
Absolutely. I'm still on this story. They say the other guy who's a possible contender is Brian Williams, who is an NBC
From the Beach Boys?
newsman. No, that's Will Smith.
He'd be great. I'd watch that. Oh, yeah. Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys?
Brian Wilson,
How you doing?
I would love to hear the news from Brian Wilson.
Here's the news. I got out of my sandbox today, but there were a bunch of cat turds in it. Have sand on the set.
You wonder who bought the Batmobile?
Jackie Martling.
The one that was used in the 1989 Batman movie with Michael Keaton?
Timmy the Catwoman.
David Copperfield.
Really?
Yeah,
I was going to guess that.
He was the anonymous bidder who paid $189,500 last Tuesday night for the Batmobile.
How insulting is that to somebody who works hard for a living? That David Copperfield who does magic tricks on TV, no less, where you can, which who even believes that?
He does them in Las Vegas, too.
Yeah, he's got like $189,000 in Claudia Schiffer.
And not only that, the best part is they say that he's going to put it in his private museum.
Yeah, he has a big hangar that he bought. I hate guys with too much money and they buy stupid junk.
But to have a private museum, that's outrageous. Oh, yes, I'm putting that in my private museum.
Yeah, I saw that on one of his specials. He's in the private museum, and he tears up a card for, I think, someone like Dick Cavett or something.
Uh-huh.
And he amazes him by putting the card back, and he's in his private museum. He's in this big airplane hangar filled with junk. Like, any hardworking person wouldn't pay a dime for any of this crap. It's just filled with total junk. Like, here's Houdini's bra, or straitjacket. I wish he saw himself in half. So, he's like, over there is, the original musician, the great Galoo, with, and he's got,
the cape of...
Yeah, the cape of, it's like stupid crap that isn't worth 10 cents except to rich guys. Like David Copperfield. That guy's going to be like Liberace and open up his hangar to the public.
Oh, yes, one of these days you'll be able to tour it. This was his own personal private museum.
What a dick.
Yeah, there's some people whose careers you just don't understand at all. His is one of them.
Magic tricks. Why don't we make the Statue of Liberty disappear? Yeah. You got people on a boat, you put a mirror in front of their face and they can't see it.
I'm going to disappear the Great Wall of China.
Yeah. He's not fit to wash Kreskin's shoes. Let's take a break. We'll finish up the news when we get back.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with The Howard Stern.
All right, Robin, let's wrap up the news.
Howard.
We're actually pretty close on time today.
Yeah, not too bad.
We did good.
Down in San Antonio, a minister has backed off of his idea to raise funds. He was going to hold a slave auction.
Oh, cool. Can you still get in? I didn't know they had those anymore. I would love some slaves. What kind of slaves?
Mr. Hagee, who is white, wrote last week in a newsletter that slavery in America is returning to Cornerstone, his church. And they were going to auction off students to work at businesses and in homes in order to raise money. But after he saw the outcry from the community, he apologized and said that he never meant to offend anyone.
Well, so you get like white slaves and stuff. I thought they were offended because it was like black slaves, like they got some black guys to, you know what I mean?
Nobody wants to hear about any slave auctions. Regardless of who you're.
I hear you.
Princess Diana and Prince Charles are still in the news. They conducted some kind of a poll. I don't know who did, but 28,000 people called the British Sun tabloid on Monday to say that Prince Charles is not fit to be king. Only 7,500 called in to say that he should be the next ruler of England. So I guess the monarchy's in trouble.
I don't think
Charles is concerned. They'll forget, you think?
The monarchy is not in trouble. The monarchy is very strong in England. It is a huge source of income for the British people. The major tourism exists around that stupid palace. The monarchy will never go away.
The palace will still be there.
Yeah, but, you know, it's cool. It's loaded with people and
like
stuff.
Like you got sitting monarchs.
Yeah.
Makes a difference, huh?
Yep. It's not in trouble.
Police are conducting DNA tests as they investigate the rape and impregnation of a comatose woman in Rochester.
Imagine that.
There are 30 potential suspects. The woman is pregnant. They have gotten some DNA from the fluid surrounding the fetus.
Wow.
She's carrying, and now they want to match it up against the blood of all these suspects. One of the
cool.
prime suspects wasn't going to give any blood, but they did get some DNA from a blood stain on his lab coat, so they're going to try to use that and see what the test results are. A British woman who tried
Could a person in a coma
what?
Give any sexual satisfaction in bed? I mean, that's the sickest thing next to doing it with a cadaver.
Oh, yeah. Well, if a cadaver can give you sexual pleasure, why couldn't a comatose woman?
I didn't realize you knew about this. You're right.
What do you mean, know about it?
Oh, your answer was very... You've never had sex with the dead, have you?
No, I have not, but, you know, when you read that people are having sex with holes in walls and pieces of liver...
Why not?
Surely anybody would be fine.
What else is in the news, Robin?
A British woman who tried to board a plane here in New York with her dead newborn hidden under her coat could avoid prison after pleading guilty to manslaughter in the baby's death. This 31-year-old woman admitted she gave birth to the little girl in a Manhattan hotel on September 22nd, 1994, and then placed her in a plastic bag.
Was she a Soupy Sales fan?
Why would you ask that?
Just curious, I don't know. Sounds like one of Soupy's fans.
She tried to board a plane to London at Kennedy Airport with the dead baby.
Isn't that weird?
She refused to walk through the metal detector, saying it might hurt her an unborn child. After the baby's body was found, she was arrested and charged with second-degree murder, and the rest is just history. She did enter a plea of insanity. I don't know exactly why she put the baby in a plastic bag or anything, and this case has been going on for a couple of years now. So.
Yeah, wrap the baby up in blankets and stuff and act like it's just sleeping, and then go through on the plane.
But you have to ask yourself, was the baby dead at birth? No, it was not. She killed it by putting it in the plastic bag.
Yeah, right. So you're saying she's really wacky.
Absolutely.
She didn't make a duty on the service cart, did she?
No, she didn't get on the plane.
Oh.
Remember, she wouldn't go through the metal detector.
I hear you.
I didn't mention this before, but a Los Angeles jury now has the Menendez case again. They got it on Friday. They met for 7 hours yesterday, and they're going to be back to continue deliberation today.
What do those people at airports get paid, like $4 an hour to like sit there and
the people who
work the metal detector? Yeah.
I don't know what they get paid.
They don't pay them enough. Imagine you get a dead baby in there.
Yeah, really.
Oof.
Dr. Jack Kevorkian is on the stand in Michigan in his own trial, and a 300-pound man studying to be a preacher here in New York has been charged with trying to have his sister-in-law killed because she made fun of his weight. The Daily News reports that 29-year-old Michael Cheatham of Brooklyn allegedly offered an undercover police officer $300 to burn the woman's van in an effort to change her wicked ways.
Couldn't he do it himself? He had to offer some. You guys are always offering money.
If she didn't stop insulting him. So I guess he wanted to scare her first, and then if the insults continued, he would then pay $5,000 to have her and her husband killed.
Where is this?
This was in Brooklyn.
Yeah. You know they ran out of communion water in Brooklyn?
I didn't know anything about that.
They're trying to save all the people of Brooklyn.
This guy was actually known for his good deeds. Now he's charged with criminal solicitation.
Yeah.
That's very strange story to end in the news today.
Very strange.
Guy studying to be a preacher. Has no forgiveness in his heart for insult. He wants his sister-in-law dead. That's what's happening.
Thank you, Robin. I hated to end with my communion water joke. It wasn't the best of the day, but, but I did my best.
I don't know what the hell that meant.
I was going for the fact that there's a lot of crime in Brooklyn, and maybe the priests were trying to save everyone, but okay, tomorrow I'll do better. That's all. Hey, I was pretty good today.
Where you're going.
I apologize. I was really good at about 7 o'clock, but of course our satellite was down, so nobody got to hear it.
I am done.
Unfortunately, the satellite's up for the communion water joke.
Everybody heard that one.
Hey, I was batting 1,000 up until then. Okay, Jackie, Penthouse Joke Page Marlowe, you get that hysterical 2-hour video of his. I'm telling you, it's a wild game called Stump the Joke Man, where Jackie actually takes people spontaneously out of the audience, and they try to stump them with a stupid joke. And he gives you like a whole 2-hour tape of that. You're a genius.
You can never get enough of that, apparently.
$15 plus $4 shipping and handling. You can't. You know, at the end of the tape, you're comatose, but you go, I need more. A phenomenal special buy two, get one free is in existence. Call 1-800-323-KING. Now, this Thursday, March 7th, after you watch the tape, if you want more, you can go to Rascals by the Shore in Ocean Township, New Jersey. Jake Thomas will be there on keyboards. For Jokeland's web address and Sergeant Pecker info, call 516-922-WINE. Some other show notes. Don't miss Boy Gary at the U.S. Hot Rod Grand Slam of Motorsports this Sunday at 2 p.m. at the Nassau Coliseum. That's Boy Gary.
Oh, he will be there.
Yeah, he will be there. I know you were questioning it.
I didn't know.
Big controversy.
If you're planning a wedding or party and you need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. And Gary will have some communion water with him over there for the douchebags. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
Somebody do something. Call a doctor.
Pure rock.